What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Microtopia. Um, you know, I feel like we really turned a corner in the last couple episodes. The way we set everything up with stockpile gates and made it so that we don't overflow ourselves is going to be, a great starting point. The way we've decentralized our base here, our main island anyway, it's also going to be helpful to us because, we can set things up wherever we want, however we want, and as long as we have a little bit of centralization for elder ants in particular, because our next task is to build this guide cocoon, which gives us the yellow science. I think I mentioned that last time. But the way we're going to implement it, it requires sort of a bit of centralization for it. But that is, no worries at all, because we're still, we're able to start out wherever we want. And as we unlock more parts of this island, we're going to just, be able to do more things and, have more ants doing stuff wherever we need them. And the way we're going to do that, of course, is going to be with the larva storage and dispenser method. Excuse me. But if you noticed in the last one, good for you. I did not, but we have some major issues. First, on this assembler to build or to create the digger ants, we did not assign the dispenser. Can you believe it? So all these ants over here have been dying. Shame. Yeah, we need to we need to reset this and reimagine that area. And over here, that's one thing I wanted to touch on before I start recording. I always have a look at my colony, make sure things are going well, and yeah, I found these two absolute screw ups. So that's another reason why we didn't want to start playing the game until we were completely ready, right? And we are going to need to do something here because we have inadvertently connected all of these. So we need to make a little adjustment. And we'll do that like this. So if you are a small digger, go that way. That will take you to the crusher, the recycler. If you're not a small digger, you'll go this way. And that means that well, in an ideal circumstance, there would be no way that a small digger could get onto that line, but we don't want to live in an ideal circumstance, right? We want to foresee a lot of things to make our lives easier. Like, not foreseeing that, huge problem, right? Okay, so how are we going to do that? Well, the first thing we want to do here is add a little exception. So if you think about it, you kind of have to think about it in a way that... Oh, and let me start my timer before I get off on a tangent. I don't know how long we've already been going, but yeah, it's going to be more than 30 minutes this time. You're welcome, or I'm sorry. It's up to you. Okay, so the first thing that we want to look at here is to make an exception. And we want to say, now, if this stockpile is, has more than... What's this one set at, anyway? 375? So if this has more than 375, we don't want you to even go over there. We want you to come in here. If it has less than 300... Oh wait, maybe we don't need that, huh? Yeah, because we did foresee that, did we? Yeah, we did. That's how we foresaw that. Oh, that's smart. Good job, Breed. Good job, dude. You're thinking about it. You're thinking about things in the smart way. Because on my other playthrough, I don't have it like that, I don't think. I just have something else. So this is only going to come in here if there's less than 300. Got it. Okay. And then they're only gonna... So what I'm saying is I don't want them to go all the way up here, right? Every single time. So how are we gonna prevent that? So if they come in here when there's 300, and they don't have anything here, they're gonna walk all the way there. Or we could have them just walk down here. We could have them just walk down here. Let's see if that works. And we will have to play it forward just a little bit to see if our plan works. Yeah. Okay. I'm a little bit more happy with that. Because what we're trying to avoid is we don't want them to go past here. Like if we have, but I think we thought of that already. I don't know. I'm just second guessing myself, and that's not a good thing to do. So now, before we forget up here, this is the next most crucial thing we need to find. Then is how are we going to set this up to better maximize the use of our ants? And I find that I really like the divider gates for some reason. It just seems to be nice for this situation. Give me a second. Okay. And before I forget here, let's clean this up. We'll get these ants out of here. Do we have a large stockpile for... Yes, we do. It's over there. I don't know where it went, but... Oh, over here we have tons of it. Absolutely tons of it. And that's another thing we want to avoid, right? We don't want to be having to manage this insane stockpile of goods, right? Like over here. We're going to add a stockpile gate here. Because we don't want them to go in there unless, you know, that thing is empty, you know, or whatever. We'll explain it better once we do it. But let's make sure our expeditionary base is safer and ready to go because exactly right. Okay, thank you. Oh, too bad it died. But that's much better. And now, we need to do something else before we get in trouble. Right, let's do this. We have a lot of things to do. Oh, it's too many. Too close. We don't need that many. I don't know that we're going to have that many, is what I'm saying. So we are, in case you haven't seen this before, we are just making a quick, easy path that allows us to mine from these nodes. And we're going to do our long storage trick. Just to give ourselves a little... you know, we do want them to mine, I guess. But you know what? Let's work on our stockpile stuff and let's see how we can do that. Let's continue to learn that mechanic. I feel like that's going to be the most beneficial thing. So, we'll start with the stockpile gate. And we'll say only if there's less than 375 in there. Well, that's probably too much, huh? Because their lifespan's pretty long, so let's say 325. And we'll do the same thing here. We'll say if there's 325 in there, leave. If there's greater than 325 in there, well, let's if there's greater than 355 in there. And, you know, this way we effectively manage our colony as well, right? Because we don't need so many ants. Since we're not really, you know, using more than we need sort of thing. I don't know. The colony is about to explode, though. It's going to get, you know, so many ants that we're going to have trouble keeping up with them. I do know that we have these coming now. And that means here we're going to need a cast gate. And let's work on that as well. There's a large ant there, already making trouble for us. A large worker, a regular worker. And what do we want this large worker to do? And I'll tell you, I'll explain myself here, because that may not even be correct. We need the large workers to come down to the middle more. And they will need to you know, go past the, I think, the guy in cocoon. Give me a second, I'm sorry. If you're not aware, the guy in cocoon is very hard to... I mean, it's not hard. What it is it's... it looks overwhelming, but we aren't there yet, but we should plan for it, I think. It's just a shame that we have everything over here for now. I mean, we could do it right here. We do have a little bit more space to work over here. We can make a little sub loop off of this. You know, that every little bit it sends an ant in here and does some stuff if we need it. Let's delete this, get it out of here. We don't need that. Send this guy. Over with his pals. His ever-living pals. Okay. So we need to make sure we have 6 in here. And we also need to make an elderly for this guy's. This guy's, I sound like my grandma. And maybe that's what we'll do over here, is a recycler. Can we build another recycler? No, we don't have 10 glass, but if I'm not mistaken, we are hauling glass every once in a while. Yeah. So we can start building it. Oh no, that's not what we want anyway. That's not what we want anyway. This is what we want. We cannot build that, but if we stop building sorry, my brain cannot do 2 things at once. If we stop building this thing here, it'll be better. We can rebuild that later. We are this is not what we want here. What are we making here? We're making resin. This is resin. Leave. Be gone. This is... Be gone. This will be... God, this is annoying, huh? I know I could do it the other way, but I'm just, you know, messing around. There we go. That's what we like to see. Now, we can put that right back. Okay. Something like that. So now we just need a simple trail. Exit. And one there. Easy. Okay, I think that's ready to go. Alright. Maybe we can start playing? I'm just realizing we could do this. Like this. And that way we can do the carry gate here and it will look nicer. There we go. Always be thinking of redesign. More efficient, better looking, more aesthetically pleasing. Take some things. Did we ever finish the stuff over here? I think we did, but we did not do one thing. Oh, we're working on it though. Right, okay. I did look over here, but it slipped my mind. Okay. So we are working on it. And that's right, we cut off the ability to grab them. Yes. Exactly. Okay. That's where we got stuck last time. What happened here? Why isn't it going in? That's what she said? Go in there. Don't you like your home? No, he does not like its home. What is this? Ironworker? Oh, okay. This needs to be the alt. Alright, that's going to be an issue. Yep. Okay, let's change this. And let's do that. I knew we missed something else. Man, there's so much to remember in this game that if you don't do it immediately after thinking about it, you may as well just not do it at all, and then learn from a mistake. Sometimes that's the most effective way to learn, and I really don't like that at all. That's just such a long way to go. When I feel like going this way, right? It's just much nicer. It's probably the same thing, but feels nicer. And I much prefer a grid layout. Do we not have an exit loop from here? Always be aware. Exit loop. Let's do it here. And remember, we want to have multiple on each side. Well, one on every side, I guess. To prevent any sort of, as soon as they get old, basically, we want them to go into the trail. Otherwise, we lose out on them, right? And we want to try not to lose out on any ants, of course, but as few as possible. What do you got here, babe? Okay. Get in there. What's the glass coming from? Oh, how the hell are you guys getting in there? Ugh. Horrible. That's where the glass is coming from. Okay. I was like, what the hell? I've never had that happen before. See? Mistakes. You have to be more diligent in this game. You cannot, pretend like it's all under control without verifying. Trust but verify, I guess. And we will have fixed that mistake now, I think, which is nice. That's a new one for me, though. Good way to get glass, though. I didn't realize. So if we need glass on any island, that's a good way to get it. I never realized that. Of course, it limits your population, your ability to populate your islands, because of course you need those small ants to begin the chain of life, right? Larva, small ant, larger ant, final product ant, or even beyond that. I think there's multiple layers of ants. Okay, looks like we got a ton of stuff we can do with all of our ants here. We are not hurting for any ants, and that's fine. If they die at this point, you know, we're not that far. We're really not that far into the game. You know, again, tech tree is massive. Yeah, it looks like we're far, but this is really, like I said, the foundation is just stuff that you need to do. You need these things to begin to do any of this stuff. So yes, you unlock it early to learn how to do the mechanics, and you know, but that's just the first step among many, right? Okay, so I like the way this looks. Let's check our other island just to make sure that we're not doing anything crazy over here. We're not. Excellent. And we'll have to change this up again. I know, favorite thing to do on this channel. But yeah, we have obviously learned from our experience, and you know, we're always want to improve on that. So that'll be the next step, and yeah, it'll allow us to better utilize our resources anyway. So that's, you know, first and foremost among everything. All right. Oh, did I see that that thing was full? Was there something full over there? No. It's just that. Okay. Yeah, they can't find it. And this is done. Perfect. Alright. Oh, nice. Looks like that glass got finished mining. And we can immediately begin over here, which we should do. I think 3 will be good here. Oops. And this is just our tried and true method. If you're wondering why it looks familiar, it's just, it works the easiest. Something like that. Put our carry gate addition in, of course. And our counter end gate to prevent any mishaps, or eliminate one cause of mishaps, we should say. This one can have 3 in it. Oops. Okay, so far so good. Do we have anything else that needs cleanup? Yes, we do. Over there. And okay, looks like we got through some metal here. So we can immediately begin on the rubble over here. And that's just how easy it is, folks. That's just how easy it is to change up your trails, right? Alright. As long as we have screws over here, we're doing well. And we have plenty of iron. We have plenty of this. Plenty of that. But we do need to kind of change up our production a little bit, I think. Yeah. Okay. Let's let it run for a sec. We got about 10 minutes left. And we have quite the population boom again on this island. What are we missing over here? Oh, right, because we're trying to build that, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. And we did not finish this one, it looks like. We did not set the end condition. We'll do 375. We always want 375 in there at least. There we go. Yep, 375. 375. And they are not allowed in there until there's less than 300. Yes. Okay. Okay. Are we out of drones? No. They just haven't completed over here. Okay. Looks like one is completed over here. Now we can start sending, or that thing's full, right? Okay. Next drone that gets over here is going to begin, and we could use that one. Damn it. Okay. Looks like we're about to get a report. If you're not aware of what's happening, this is the nuptial flight, where drones from other colonies come to mate with the gynes that we are meant to release. And so, before you leave, get over here. And that happens once an hour, the nuptial flight. So, you know, every hour, on the hour, we will find out more about that. And they give you stats and stuff like that. It's kind of cool. Okay, now you may leave, because we've set it up in such a way that as soon as one of these is born, it goes in there. And that's what we want. We don't want there to be a chance that, you know, it makes it past when it's empty. We want to limit it. We can't, you know, we can't guarantee that it won't, but we can do our best to make sure that it doesn't, you know? Okay, so we let a lot die, but you know, I think we're getting better at that. And pretty soon we won't. And I feel like that's because we made a couple of key mistakes over here, yeah? With you know, forgetting to connect that trail, and this mistake here is sending our young ants, small ants into that mess. You know, ending up with glass on this island that we don't need. It's a good learning lesson. Good lesson to learn, I mean. Okay. Now let's see what we got going on here. This we can pretty much always we can change it to have one in here. And the same in here. We can you know, pump these numbers up a little bit. And one in here. Looks like we're getting quite a few, so, you know. Okay, so how we got, excuse me, hang on. Pardon me, sorry. Okay, so we have not gotten any large ants to die? Damn it. Okay. Okay. Now what we need to do with these large ants is two things. We need one of these, and we need one of these. So what are we going to do with them? We're going to assemble drones. And we are going to make inventors. And we're going to do that with divider. And this one can focus on drones for now. I mean, we're probably going to flood it with stuff, so but I think the drones are made quickly. We're going to have to revamp this anyway, but you know, it requires us to get all this stuff out of the way. You know, this needs to move over here. You know, this eventually needs to move up here. You know, all kinds of stuff. So we really need to focus on just getting these things done and not worrying about the other stuff for now. What's this? There's no... Okay. That's fine. We can take... We can put there for you guys. And how are we doing here? We still have not grabbed any more... That's fine, because we have had it paused. We're in a good spot. I like it. Well, folks, we have about a minute left. We did a lot of tidying up. You know, hopefully we are on the right track now, and we can, you know, make some nice progress in the near future. I'm really hopeful that we can and will. And you know, if we just focus and pay attention, I think it's highly likely that we will do well. You know, due to whatever we like, and you know, we're gonna focus on that. That would have been a key mistake there. We wouldn't want that. And another one that we'll have to take care of in the next episode is making sure that these guys get somewhere useful. We will have them walk on the trail and then go over there. Might be neat. Because again, this little outpost isn't doing too much. Oops, don't connect there. And then we can have a inventor thing over here, right? Yep, there's my timer. Okay. Let me just do this really quickly before I forget, and just get absolutely, you know, rage at myself. Okay, and we need from here, place a dispenser. Perfect. And then an elderly gate. Yep. Exactly. Okay, that's all for now. That's all for now, folks. We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.